Hi, this is Mike. I'm making my video. It's February 24th, 2024. So, yeah, it's gotta be the 24th today. Anyway, it seems to be about 10 o'clock p.m. And, I'm making a video. I'm talking about manifestation. Probably would post this to YouTube. So, anyway, manifestation can encompass many things. Having a large family, a lot of money, a lot of property, a lot of freedom, a lot of power, a lot of magical powers. Um, you know, a lot of friends, a lot of knowledge. Uh, any number of things. Maybe one of those things, maybe all of those things. So you might be gifted with many talents and abilities, and you might be predisposed to that. But one thing I will say is that in order to do miracles, you have to bring yourself to a point where you're almost delusional, to the point where you're outside of your mind. You're not in your right mind. You have to be out of it. Um, a lot of people don't seem to understand that. They think that they have to be cognizant and everything else, and in their right mind. But that's not true. You have to understand. Once you start producing miracles and performing them, your mindset changes and the way you look at things changes. So when those things change, supernatural events and occurrences, that has an effect on you. And, if you're not prepared for it, a lot of people, it's your cup overflows and you have too much uh, stuff you can't wrap your mind around. So anyway, I'm having a difficult time, but I can understand about 80% of it. Um, the other 20% is mystery. And that's me. I'm talking about me, myself. There's people that can't handle, things far less in stature and size, as far as miracles go. So anyway, long story short, uh, once you have that happen to you, the genie gets let out of the bottle, and you can't put it back in. There's no going back to go or whatever. Yeah, there's no going back to the beginning. You can't really, go back to ignorance is bliss. There's no going back. Uh, so once your life changes like that, you tend to be very alone because people don't relate to you. They don't understand what you're talking about. And a lot of times they say hurtful things. They say, well, that's insane, or that's crazy. And, they put a judgment on it instantly, and they're naysayers, and they don't believe you. So, with that being said, that's kind of where I'm at. Um, I have a set of beliefs. My beliefs are rock solid, where I'm at. My foundation is like a rock, it's not shifting sands. It's not subject to outside influences and criticisms, and I don't need uh, validation from people. I already know where I'm at, and I'm pretty steadfast in that. So anyway, long story short, I've seen everything, done everything, and been everything. About 80% of it. There's still 20% left. There isn't much left, I'll say that. But so anyway, with that being said, I've had more or less a course on miracles, and I'm starting to fade away from that. Basically, the one thing that's really left is to have a great deal of money. I've already had $50 million, but ironically, it got stolen from me. So, in fact, from what I understand, that $50 million was worth 3 times, what I had. So I really had 150 million. But I can't. I'm not. It's not that I can't, but I won't get into details about it. But it was stolen from me. I lost it, and along with many other things. But that's what it costs. To enter in the kingdom of heaven. It's very expensive, and you have to understand. You have to, lose everything to gain everything. So I'm very confident that those things will come back to me tenfold. It's just a matter of time. So right now I'm working on getting a partner. I've got several that I'm working on. Believe it or not, I do believe. From where I'm going, I got some movie stars that are really interested in me, and what the hell, I think it can be done. So anyway, I'm partial to brunettes. That's not completely true, but for the most part, brunettes. With big eyes, full lips, and petite bodies. But anyway, it's not always women and wine. It's definitely. I like material things. I like things that have intrinsic value, things that appreciate over time. And anyway, so I shook off my old self, and I figured out that there's definitely a lot to me, but from what I get now, it's like I still am baffled by some of the stuff I've witnessed. I can't wrap my mind around it. I tried. I just can't. It's almost to the point where it's a fairy tale. It's an illusion. A very elaborate one, a very sophisticated one, a very detailed one. But with that being said, that's where I'm at. I don't understand it, necessarily. I can't wrap my mind around it, but that's really the way it is. And so anyway, I've got a pretty decent life. I wouldn't say the preferred life, and I wouldn't say a very particular life. A combination of those two things mixed together, I have the perfect life. So I'm simplifying things, gradual progression of letting things go, compiling things, compacting things, and eventually, have a very simple life. So anyway, that's really what's going on there, and I got some things. I got some shopping I'm very excited about. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to go about that, but I think I'm going to have a truck come Friday, and today, I believe it's Saturday, so it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and of course Friday. So I got 5 days starting tomorrow. So 4 days and wake up. So anyhow, that's how that works. So there's essentially 7 laws. You could say 7. There's actually, 7 universal laws if you simplify it, and 7 spiritual laws, and of course, the Emerald Tablet, and then you go from that, and then you add to that, and then of course you have the Gospel of Thomas, Lao Tzu's writings, Muhammad's writings, and Buddha, of course. With that being said, you have those writings, and you glean from that. Of course, Solomon wrote a lot of nice stuff, and then, of course, whatever else. The Bible pretty much has everything you need. There's a few things that are, I don't know if they're mentioned in the Bible, but, the kingdom of heaven is scattered, covers the whole earth with glory, but mankind fails to see it. There's that one. And the rest for the dead takes place now. It has been since the beginning of time, immemorial, and it just, people don't realize it. The rest of the dead is already here, and of course the kingdom has already come. and you just don't recognize it. And the thing is, there's keys. These keys, you read them and you unlock your mind. Once your mind becomes unlocked, the neural networks, you know, are strengthened. Like the canes and the vines, and you prune them, and you basically have it to where your mind is capable of seeing things that most people can't see. The cane was hidden. It's always been here. It's just very few people have the intellect or ability to see on those levels. Some people might have a great experience with climbing Mount Everest or whatever. Some people are handicapped or whatever, a little kid, basically, and they have a hard time, and they can reach a doorknob, and that's a major accomplishment. But the things I've done are a million times more powerful than that. So with that being said, everyone's got their little basket of goodies, that they glean from everything, and they have their own way of seeing it. So anyway, what I want to say is a promise. You can have everything. Of course, the Law of Attraction, the Course in Miracles, is a very good book. But the Law of Attraction fails to, talk about certain aspects. This is a very dangerous road to travel. You can inherit the whole kingdom. But the thing is, you might forfeit your soul doing that. So you have to know when to back off. When enough is enough, and of course, you can go right back at it again. Years later. But the thing is you could kill yourself doing it, and you have to, pretty much do that. Risk your life and give up everything, and go for broke. Humble yourself, to annihilate the ego, destroy the ego, and then the universe will submit to you once you submit to it. It's kind of the way it works. It's give and take, and Queen of Heaven will only visit those who have purified hearts, and only those who are worthy of it. A lot of people travel the 7 seas and NASA. They go in the ocean and everything else, but they don't realize you got a beautiful woman right in front of your face. The pearly gates. That's where it's at. And of course, there's a mind fuck. There's a pearl that's in your head. A pearl, and there's the gate. Your eyes are the windows of the soul, and opens up, and you're given a reward that's so big you can't contain it. You'll be babbling like a fool when you see it all. So you'll be a resounding drum or a clanging cymbal for many years. So anyway, this is simple. It's just an update. I'm just getting my image perfected a little bit. I have a hard time sometimes with it. Of course, and that has a lot to do with the mirror or the camera I'm dealing with. It distorts my image. It makes me look like a fool. So anyway, that's not true. I know I'm doing all right. So, I've got a lot of experience, a lot of education. I've been with all kinds of women. Had all kinds of property, all kinds of money. I've seen everything. Met God, seen Satan, everything. It just goes on and on and on and on. Nothing ceases to amaze me anymore. I'm thankful, and you have to have appreciation. Determination, sacrifice. Your timing has to be perfect. You have to have the belief that all things are possible, and of course, infinite possibilities, pure potential, giving and taking, cause and effect, love, of your fellow man, and love of God and everything else. And there's roughly 7 universal laws. You could say 12, but you have to master them. Master yourself, master your mind, and your body, and then people around you and the world around you. So it's like it's called the 10 bowls. You study that, of course that branches off to everything else. So anyway, I have to get off here. I only have a few seconds to go. So anyway, over and out.